Welcome back to Prior Panel 365. This is your host, Star Coates. Today I'm here with Professor Steve McCutcheon, former Black Panther Party member. Steve, how are you doing today?
Oh, fine, Star. Thank you for the invitation. For inviting me to Steve Page. One more time.
Amen. So today we're going to ask Steve a number of questions about his education, him as a teacher, also a martial arts artist, fighter. So we'll start off with some simple questions. Okay, Steve, we're going to talk about fighting, right? So we'll fight first. So question number one, who taught you martial arts and why did you choose that as your craft?
Star, in the beginning of 1972, after I had arrived in Oakland with other members of the Black Panther Party, some of us had been designated to attend some of the community colleges in the area. At that time, I was designated to attend Rose City College. And as part of the course selection, we could pick a fourth course in the beginning of our schedule. And one of those classes, because of my prior interest, I selected one of the Taekwondo classes. And at that time, Master Ken Yoon, who was teaching the class there at Rose City College, he had boxing skills under my belt. But as I advanced in martial arts, we found that in 1975, there were going to be opportunities for kickboxing. Mm-hmm. So, which is, as the term applies, it's kicking and boxing skills together, and this was at the professional level. So, in 1975, Cecil Bill Owens at the time was looking for fighters in the area or martial artists in the area who were interested in competing in the kickboxing events. Mm-hmm. And I had approached him at that time and asked him about the kickboxing exhibitions, about the workouts and training that we needed to qualify for that. So he said he was going to try out some of the nation for the first scheduled bout in the open area. Okay. And at that time, I was not training outside of my original martial arts program based at Oakland Learning Center. Mm-hmm. I was just training independently, combining my martial arts skills and my prior boxing skills to put together the best understanding that I had of how to implement those two at this next level. Okay. And at that professional level, many competitors who came directly from martial arts into kickboxing found that those two animals were nothing alike. Mm. Martial arts skills and boxing skills, these are two different animals. So we had a number of those who came out for the tryouts found that they couldn't put the boxing skills together that were necessary with the kicking skills within the rules and guidelines that were necessary. So during the first elimination, there was myself, one of my assistants, Norman White, and one of my black belts, Fred Moorhead, and learning from subject to subject, topic to topic, from event to event. Mm-hmm. So that kind of kept me primed mentally and physically because of my prior athletic background. I was able to continue routines or workouts that within the time limits and my space and time within the Black Panther Party to balance both aspects of those. And so that stamina was part of going on basically a lifetime. Yes. Of mental and physical interactions.
Wow. Okay. Now, teaching classes. Tell us a little bit about the youth and you teaching them martial arts.
Okay. Well, let me start with the students at the Open Community School where I began my teaching.
Mm-hmm.
And this was in math and physical education. My first years there at the Open Community School, we needed another person in the math department.
Okay.
And I had let Director Eric Huggins know that I have a math background also, and that I would be interested in teaching students there based on the classes and things that would be assigned. And I also had informed her that I have a physical education, outline physical education curriculum that is written out, and if I could get permission to implement that also.
Mm-hmm.
So, as I was given permission to also teach math and physical education, I added martial arts to the physical education curriculum.
Okay.
So that's how it was introduced. It wasn't originally a part of the physical education curriculum.
So you put your own twist on physical ed?
The curriculum was written out, but it did not include martial arts as one of the subjects, one of the topic areas in physical education curriculum.
Now, how did you, when you were teaching martial arts, how did you deal with scared students? You know, sometimes kids have a fear of fighting or getting hit or getting hurt. How did you deal with that?
That was a two-part process. First, they won't even introduce the students. Let me break this down. First, I had students with the Open Community School. The program, martial arts, just introduced for the students of the Open Community School. But we had teenagers who would filter into the large facilities during the day, and they would ask me, could they learn martial arts? So after a number of inquiries over 3 weeks, I said, well, let me write out something for the older students and see if this would be acceptable. I was going to go ahead and set up an orientation. Classes began at the Open Community School. The early days of teaching and the training did not even involve any sparring. The students just learned the skills and the techniques, what to be prepared for in terms of engaging an opponent. And so the questions weren't so much about getting hit. The questions were basically around what to do in this case, what to do in this case. And so the teaching was designed to take them step by step through offensive, defensive, and counter skills that would be needed for self-defense at that point. So it was all just choreographed, all the offensive techniques, defensive techniques, and counter techniques. All of these were basically choreographed and training. It wasn't until 1975 when we began to lean into the tournament aspect of martial arts, because tournaments were a popular thing then and still are today.
Yeah.
So among the students from particularly after school martial arts program, and some of the students on the Open Community School, they were interested in participating in the students. So as their interest grew, then we made arrangements for them to learn how to spar within the rules of the tournament. The tournament rules are different from the rules of engagement in actual combat. So in the training that the students were receiving for tournament contact, it was a matter of them learning control more so than being afraid of getting hit, because they always had to remind themselves of the idea that any particular time, whoever they were training with may them execute a technique out of control, so the contact may be excessive. At the same time, they had to understand that in actual combat, they would expect full contact from an opponent. So they had to learn to gauge themselves and be prepared mentally for the change between light contact in class training and alternative preparation versus full contact in terms of what they may encounter at combat contribution outside of the class.
Yes.
So that it was more so mental condition and preparation. And in class preparation, just gave them an overview of what type of techniques, what type of skills they may encounter, both in class tournament and combat level outside.
So now we're going to focus on
Okay,
education.
well, let me finish up one part.
Yes.
The martial arts program, top 10 in California in that particular division. Also, the students there, because of their interaction at the Open Community Learning Center, the other programs, the social, cultural, political programs, those students developed a broader social awareness of themselves and in the East Oakland community. So they were not just limited to the martial arts or the sports aspect of martial arts. They also developed a human sense of social reality around it.
So you took it to a whole nother level. Do you have a favorite student? Anybody that stood out to you, your most memorable student that you can say it's my favorite, or you don't like to choose favorites?
I don't like to choose because I had some academically, more than one stood out academically, and then chess club. The chess club came along. I had a number of students who I'm standing there, and again, of course, I had a whole block full of martial arts students who I just pick and choose, and each of them would be successful and be classified and stand out. So with each one of those individuals there's no pick, they're all in favor.
Wow, that's a good answer. Okay, what was the hardest place that you had to teach, and how did you manage to deal with it?
I would say at Castlemont High School, and part of that had to do it wasn't the students that I was assigned to special ed students at Castlemont. Part of that it wasn't the student body and the fact that special ed students were all thrown together from 9th grade to 12th grade.
Oh, wow.
So in a year, when the student,